you learn in law school, but something that makes sense. And the reason why you work so hard and you're so diligent is because it's what we do. It's what we do. I would hate that my mother, my wife, my children have a situation that they come down to this courthouse and somebody just look at them without asking them a question and say you're not suitable to participate in the process that the Constitution of the United States says that you have a responsibility to uphold, defend, and protect. Well, I ain't going to let it happen. Now, the world isn't as simple as what it used to be. My nephew Carlos, I don't know what they're going to think about him. My nephew Alejandro, I don't know what they're going to think about him. But I do know this. I'm not going to be down here every day and expect him to be treated less or different from anybody else. Let me show you something. It ain't a hard thing. It's very simple. It's 2 decks of cards. I ain't no card player, but they came 2 together. Make sure I don't mess it up. This is a metaphor. It is. Metaphors are good. Metaphors will have your clients found not guilty. Before I get to this one, I'm going to share this one with you. My wife, Velma, paints tennis shoes, $5 kind, because she was bored or something. She said she was going to get rich doing it, so I said, okay, Velma, that'd be good. Then she gives them all away. But our niece, Jill, about this tall, maybe 10 years old, is at the house. Great niece. Jill, would you like for me to do you some tennis shoes, paint them for you? Yes, Aunt Velma. Well, Jill, what size do you wear? Well, I wear a 6 and I wear a 9. Jill, you can't wear a 6 and a 9. You either wear one or you wear the other. Oh, no, that's what I do. I'll ask your grandmother. Conversation with me. I said, well, she wears a 6 and she wears a 9. She said, it's impossible. I said, no, it's not. Jill looks in a shoe and she sees a 6. Jill looks in a shoe, she sees a 9. And that is Jill's truth. Everybody comes to the courthouse with their truth. Nobody has to be lying. And everybody can be telling the truth. But where the truth conflicts, that's reasonable doubt. That's all it is. Every time. I don't care what. Always. And it's a not guilty verdict. What if this was a criminal case and it had various parts? And in the criminal case, part of it was a voir dire. In order to make it work, all the parts have to be there because of the rules. A deck of cards has 52 cards, right? Okay. Not counting the jokers. There are, 12. I wrote it down. Wait a minute. Hold on. There are 4 suits in a deck, right? All right. There are 13 cards in each suit, right? That 4 cards in each suit of face cards, right? And there are 4 aces of hearts, 4 kings of diamonds, 4 queens of clubs, and 4 jacks of spades. Right? What happens when you make this decision during the trial and you know it's going to happen? Now, to take one suit out, that's more than 20%, okay? So, if a suit includes all the black people and all the white people and brown people who believe that it is important to give your client a fair trial, and because a statement that has nothing there, the voir dire has been so biased that it's going to exclude these people, and the only reason it is that, not to follow the Constitution, not to ensure that the things that lawyers are supposed to be doing are done, but there is an attitude. Any white folk who agree with this lawyer are gone. Any black folk who are on this panel, whether they agree or not, are gone. Any brown people who nod or smile are gone. Any Asian people who seem like they've had experiences in their life that may be similar to the defendants are gone. Which deck do you want to proceed with? It's that important. It isn't fair. There's no way to make it fair. There's no way to make it just. There's no way to systematically exclude people. I had a lady that I was talking about things that involved race, and she said, and I noticed during closing argument, she had tears in her eyes. And she said, I felt what you were saying. My son is black. That's what she told me. The world has changed while I wasn't looking. Or maybe it's just remained the same and it's becoming more obvious. I didn't know who my great-grandfather was. I didn't know who my great-grandmother was. I didn't know he was a lawyer. I didn't know he was a judge. I didn't know he was a captain in the Civil War. I knew he was white, though. Black folk, white folk, brown folk, Asian folk have a right to be decent and have the ability to sit on a jury and make decisions that are going to be important to us as a nation, to us, and trust me, if we were violent, vicious people as we are put out to be, it would be hell to pay every day. And the things that we go through, it would be impossible. It would be impossible. Philip Daniel Tompkins was a precursor to Batson. We did this. Texas did this. Philip Daniel Tompkins was sentenced to death. Philip Daniel Tompkins walks amongst us because we kept him alive long enough for a writ to be granted. We never stop fighting. We never give up. Even though we feel insecure and without the ability to truly fight, it is in our DNA to fight, to fight, to fight, to fight, to fight. Craig and I have been on cases where we had Batson challenges. And he's right. Judge looked at us and said, what's wrong with them? And let me tell you something. We had a case. The man is still alive. Right. Still alive. Because of a Batson challenge. Isn't that right, Loretta? That's right. That was the first capital murder case I had. Now, if you're thinking about how bad it was, this is what is in this opinion. The office of the district attorney of Dallas County once had seen Batson versus Kentucky, Supra, Marshall J. concurring opinion. Through peremptory strikes, he indicated that his prosecutors should exclude Jews, Negroes, Dagos, Mexicans, or a member of any minority race from serving on a jury. And he said it. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a lawyer right down here in Wharton County who says the same thing. It isn't going to be changed as a result of some legislation. It's going to be changed because of you. It is morally, give me a word, reprehensible for somebody to do something like that and then try to make it appear that it wasn't nothing to it. The word needs to be out. They need to be known. They need to be called on the carpet. That isn't what we do as lawyers, and Texas has some of the best lawyers in the United States. We do, and we're real lawyers. We don't lie, cheat, and steal to have happen what we think should happen. And when things don't go our way, nobody will ever be able to say that if they walk into the courtroom we were, there will not be blood, sweat, and every human excrement that you can imagine on the walls, and irrespective of the outcomes, people will say, there was a battle here. And that's what it's supposed to be. We aren't trying to give people salvation. There is nothing we're going to do in the courtroom that's going to get us salvation. There should be nothing that we do in the courtroom that makes us lose our salvation. We're here to make this a better world and a different place and protect those who are incapable of protecting themselves by enforcing everything that we know to be right, just, and true about our Constitution and about our laws. We're warriors, we're fighters, and we never stop from considering the fact that we're never too busy to help each other anywhere, anytime, with anything. I appreciate what you're doing. Don't give up, don't give out, and we don't have to be that smart.